So we're just gonna, see what this has to tell us. So, foundation. Never done this kind of reading before, so stick with me. We'll see how it goes. The foundation is the Knave or Page of Earth. This is message coming in, having to do with something tangible or something in your physical environment. Maybe some sort of delivery, or just something that is perhaps news to you. But this card looks like someone is listening from the other side of the wall. And this would be an earth sign, so Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. Maybe those signs mean something to you, but this is you. This is the foundation. So, and what's crossing you is Ten of Air. Lots of thoughts, lots of, it's kind of the end of the cycle. It is a tweener card, so 1 reducing down, or 10 reducing down to 1, starting over with a brand new idea. This is being kind of overwhelmed with your thoughts, overwhelmed with ideas, overwhelmed with really just maybe too much communication, or, just needing to come to some sort of completion. This is Sun in Gemini. This girl has lost her shoe, and he's wondering how to get it back to her. It's like liftoff, I think of. Maybe he's looking up her skirt. I don't know. They look like they're on the top of a roof. Maybe just feeling also, this is a different deck, so it might have different connotations, but maybe feeling elated with something as well. Or maybe even air sign in the 10th house and something's going on with your career that's affecting your love life. But that's what's crossing you. A lot of thoughts, maybe feeling pulled in 2 different directions. Since he's down here and she's being taken up, and Gemini being the twins, maybe, again, feeling, having 2 different ideas of what to do. Not really sure, trying to put 2 things together. The foundation of this reading is the World, 21, so some kind of completion. And she's riding the world into her. She looks like she's just having a great time, not really worrying about anything, just sort of rambunctiousness, I think, of 21 reducing down to 3, so that is love, foundation being love. That works out. Maybe some travel. Maybe you're traveling to see a loved one, or a loved one coming to see you. And an ending, again, like the Ten of Swords, starting over. What's crowning you, what's crowning your thoughts, is the Devil. 15. It was reversed, so it's coming out of, mental hang-ups. It's coming out of maybe vices or something like that, but being released from that, released from whatever's holding you back. The Devil here is Capricorn. She's just pretty sexy. Maybe you're thinking a lot about a Capricorn, or a Capricorn in Swas reverse could be thinking a lot about you. Or maybe you're wondering if Capricorn is thinking about you. But that's crowning you. And I don't know, he looks like he's peeling back her wings to see something in full Technicolor. Yeah, so what's past, what's led you to this point, is the Two of Water, the Two of Cups, and this is Venus in Cancer. Cups is soulmates. Um, it was reversed as well, so maybe you've left your soulmate in the past or something like that, or maybe you feel like you left your soulmate behind, or your soulmate feels like they left you behind. Or maybe, it's just a parting of ways, because usually it's like a coming together. So maybe, um, maybe in the past, maybe now you're thinking about how you've left a Capricorn or something like that, or Capricorn's thinking about how they left you, drowning maybe, or being pulled under or something. Because usually the Two of Cups is like soulmates, two people coming together, intertwined, sharing emotions, that kind of thing. So, she looks like she's struggling for breath. I'm sure this has some sort of erotic meaning that I'm unaware of, but I don't know. Usually just means soulmates and just water and emotion and kind of seeing eye to eye with someone. So maybe in the past you felt like you had that, or you freed yourself from it, or maybe you felt like someone wasn't your soulmate and you freed yourself from it. Two emotions. Maybe if you felt like your soulmate in the past was like drowning you or pulling you under or something like that. If you think of like, I don't know, we have two very similar cards with the outcome here in the past, so interesting. Yeah, maybe you're someone that you were dating. It doesn't have to be a soulmate, that's just the typical meaning of the card. So it could mean just someone that you were dating, that maybe wasn't so good for you, just going off the depiction of the card. Or Cancer. Venus is love as well. So I also think of like protective energy with Cancer. Cancer is very protective and nurturing of people that they care about. It was reversed, so if the upright way of looking at this looks like being suffocated and pulled under, the reverse meaning might be the opposite. Maybe seeing your reflection also in the past with someone, feeling emotionally connected to someone or emotionally protective over someone. That's probably it. In the near future is the Lovers. Again, this was upright, so that's good. This again is Gemini. And the Lovers always represents, it can be a very mundane type thing and just meaning like two people, two lovers, or it can be a choice that you need to make. Or maybe you think like someone's a poser because she's posing. Maybe you're an artist. It's number 6, though, of Major Arcana. So far, we have 3 Major Arcana. Major Arcana representing kinds of things that are more fated, that we don't have as much control over. Oftentimes, this represents like, you, someone else, and then there being some sort of fate, destiny, angelic, sort of higher being, involved. Or it can also mean a third-party situation, and you having to make a choice between two people. It's a little bright. Just put on some glasses. Okay. Pulling back the curtain, I think of as well. Going on the depiction, though, she's been like whipped or something, and doesn't look very comfortable. I don't know. Maybe staying in a relationship that's not good for you, having to make a choice about whether or not to go. Should I leave or should I go? In a situation, the way painting someone in a light that is either very becoming to them or not, or more imaginative, like your ideal. Maybe using your imagination. It could also just be an idea for you and your lover. Maybe feeling tied or something to someone. This is the near future though, so I think it comes down to just either spending time with the person that you are with, maybe meeting someone, or having to make some sort of choice. Upright though, it's a good omen. And at the moment is the Four of Water, or Moon in Cancer. I'm not really sure what's going on here, except that she is very seductive, and these two guys have stumbled upon her, it seems like, and are interested in what she's doing, interested in her activities. Four of Cups though is again kind of being interested or not interested. Noticing something, not letting something pass you by. Something's being offered to you, something of an emotional nature. Maybe 4 days, or a water sign, either someone with a lot of Cancerian energy, or maybe Moon in Cancer, or just very sensitive, emotional, feeling, intuitive, sensitive to their environment, aware of what's going on. Because it can go both ways, or it can mean that you are bored in your relationship and having to make a choice about whether or not you should go, or a choice between two people here. For those, your stability. So being aware of your environment so that you can gain your stability, emotionally speaking. So there's the crow here, and these trees that look like, with the branches are really wispy. Again, a lot more water, so it has a lot to do with your emotions. Maybe someone feeling the devil being Capricorn, and a lot of thoughts, and the foundation, you, having to do with Earth. So listening in over something, or gaining some sort of emotional guidance, maybe from your partner. She looks surprised by them, so maybe someone's sneaking up on you or something like that, surprising you, maybe in 4 days. Maybe just going out by the water or something like that, meeting someone at your local watering hole, just kind of showing a little. Your environment is the Seven of Fire, so having to fight them off with a stick. This is Mars in Leo, and but it doesn't have to be just Leo. It's a fire sign, or fire rods. So it could be Aries, Sagittarius as well, or just anyone that kind of, any situation, another person that embodies that fiery, passionate energy, maybe for you, since it is your environment. Just sort of, taking the initiative, helping you to come back to life, maybe in a way, nursing you back to health. Maybe someone's fantasizing about this situation regarding you. Being nursed back to life, or some sort of 40s, World War II, nurse role play situation. Because he looks pretty dead, passed out. Or maybe you're dating 4 women. You have 4 women in your environment. Or, this is a general reading, so it can be 4 men. You can go either way, however it applies to you. Always, try to keep that in mind. But your environment, a lot of people, I feel like, being very maybe sexually charged, or passionate, or because rods can mean love too, in love with you, and you are your fire sign with 7 letters in your name, or your environment has that. rods, it's just being very creative and passionate maybe in the bedroom. Or someone wanting to do that with you. Your hopes and fears and this is reversed, so however it applies to you, but this is the Eight of Water, Saturn in Pisces, and she looks like she's just kind of running away, trying to get away from something. There's some arrows being shot at her, or maybe they were already there and she's just kind of realizing that she's in the middle of like a war zone and she needs to like get out of there. She looks like she has like, well, I'm not sure, like the rash or the whatever is going on here is like the same shape as the leaves. Maybe she sat on some leaves. I don't know. But she's just kind of like making her way across the lake. Maybe someone coming for you or like shooting Cupid's arrow at you. Maybe missing, maybe dodging a bullet or something like that. Or maybe you feel like you're afraid that someone feels that way about you, like they dodged a bullet. Or maybe you feel that way. I mean, it's your hopes and it's your fears or your dreams, your wishes, and what you hope doesn't happen. So she looks familiar. I don't know. But again, more water, more emotion, and just being sort of structured, disciplined in your emotions and in how you feel. And maybe you feel like you need more structure in your environment, and that's what you're hoping for to find maybe in someone or vice versa. You're hoping maybe to give that to someone. Maybe you're afraid of having that very structured routine and you're trying to escape, get away. But it's reversed, so I kind of feel like that's no longer so much an issue maybe. 8 being a number of regeneration, renewal, power, strength, all of that. So maybe hoping to find some of that, some of those feelings, some of those, strength, power, renewal in a relationship or from someone else. Maybe hoping again, like that someone will bring you back to life, and maybe this is someone in your environment. Going to a hospital or something, or just someone who has a lot of Piscean energy. Maybe you're hoping for them, they're hoping for you, or you're afraid of them. They're afraid of you, that kind of thing. You just kind of see how it works out for you. Again, more water, just I feel like there's so many people just sort of between all of these here, which I think it's probably you, and maybe you felt like in the past you were drowning in a relationship, you wanted to go out and meet people at the local watering hole. And once you saw what your options were, you're like, hell no, let's get out of here. Let's go. I don't know, but they all kind of are knee deep, or in this case, like chest deep in water. So, oops, this does not go there. Or maybe 8 days. Anything having to do with the number 8. So there's this castle in the background. It looks like actually this is, now I'm starting to see, I'm getting used to these cards and I'm starting to see some patterns and people repeats. Like I'm pretty sure this is the same guy. And there's also, and this is the outcome card. And there's also, I think, Sun and Scorpio. This came up in another reading. If you've been following all of these readings, then maybe you remember this card where it's just a guy who looks like he's posing for like a school portrait. It's definitely this guy. So maybe someone who seems really innocent but isn't. So just kind of being aware of what's beneath the surface. Maybe testing out the waters. being like, nope, that wasn't that. That's not what I thought it was. Let's get out of here. Or maybe just a rebirth of something, of an emotion. You're hoping that someone feels that way about you, that they have rediscovered maybe some emotional connection, or are maybe hit by your charm and sensitivity, and also with arrows and messages going across and landing, maybe communication, hoping for some sort of an emotional communication from someone from a water sign. So far, a lot of Cancerian, a little bit of Pisces. And the outcome card is 5 of water. More water, Mars and Scorpio. So we have Mars in Leo and Mars in Scorpio. Also, if you haven't already and you don't know your Venus and Mars signs, that might be good for you to look up so you can kind of see what your way of, romantic emotional expression is. Moon sign is also important. That speaks to more general emotions. So, but this I think of treading water or connecting on an emotional level. Maybe holding someone up. It's weird. It's strange that we started with this card, this was the past, and this is the outcome. Because here he looks like he's trying to hurt her, harm her, or maybe protect her. Could be that. And here he looks like he's trying to, hold her up. And maybe that speaks to this a little bit. Bringing someone back to life, resuscitating them, keeping someone up from drowning, keeping someone's head above water. Maybe you feel like you're keeping your head above water, and just this idea of a partnership would be too difficult at this point. Or you, like I said, are connecting to someone on an emotional level. 5 is change, though, so maybe some kind of change within a relationship. It's kind of funny. Here's Venus in Cancer. Here's Mars in Scorpio. So she looks like she's trying to get away. He looks like he's trying to save her. So maybe some sort of miscommunication or misunderstanding of people's intentions or something like that. Maybe just trying to be clear with all that, with whoever it is that you're dating or with, partner. Because, I can't really tell if he's trying to pull her under even further or trying to hold her up. So, this was reversed, and Mars and Venus, this is probably having to do with you and someone else, or just connecting that sort of masculine, feminine energy within yourself so you can have a better relationship, so you can better understand the other in your life. Or maybe, again, since cups, like I've been saying, cups represent time for me, so maybe days, 5 days. She looks unsure of what's going on. She's like, I don't know if you can see this, she looks like she's looking up here. Can you see this? I don't know. There's such a glare. She looks like she's looking up here. Oh, I thought I got away. I think this is the same person, yeah. She's like, I thought I got away, and now he's back. Or it's just about being able to go to the depths with someone, I think, too, with Scorpio. It's really about that, deep, loving energy. Again, between Cancer and Scorpio, it's just a lot of, feeling very deeply emotionally connected to someone, I think. And since they are sort of, regardless of what's going on in the pictures, they are connected. And usually this card means that there is hope. 3 cups have spilled, but there's 2 cups behind, so if you just kind of turn around, change perspective, you might, or maybe change direction, you might have better luck or something like that, if that makes sense to you. And yeah, maybe the outcome is someone taking the initiative on an emotional level to connect with you. The other two cards I pulled as further clarity for the outcome is Venus in Aries and Sun in Aries. They're reversed. This card actually hasn't come up yet. This girl is like lost all her clothes, and seems to just have been he looks surprised, like she's just like, let's do this. Yeah, he looks very surprised, and she's just like all about it, I guess. I don't know. Taking the initiative and going for it. Maybe some sort of impromptu. I mean, this one was reversed as well, so I feel like this really is about like two different people and two different perspectives. And cups could possibly mean perspectives as well, you know. Perceptions, perspectives, so two different points of view. And the sun being your personal expression, or maybe how someone expresses their love to you, or their expression towards you, and just sort of, you know, taking control, maybe, or Venus in Aries, or Four of Rods, Three of Rods. So again, some sort of communication. Communication and foundation, an emotional or loving foundation, based out of expression. Maybe needing to refill your cups, your emotions, or maybe this is just something you'd like to do. Either way, it involves two people, both ends, or, you know, even bookended here, we have, you know, two people. So really, you know, I think it is a lot having to do with partnership, or what it is that you desire or want or hope for within a partnership. It'd be the Seven of Rods, where maybe you wonder if someone else is like, if someone's cheating on you or something like that with other women or other men, other people. Or just some sort of group thing going on here. Like, so maybe you're having to, like, again, sort of fight them off with a stick, or maybe there's some sort of competition. We do have the 5 here, which, even though, and a lot of Mars and Leo, so it could be speaking to the 5th house, which is the house of love, romance, and play, and all of that. So it could just very well be talking about your expression within your partnership, and someone coming out of like bachelorhood or something like that. It's your environment, and you walking out of like singledom, or escaping a partnership, escaping someone who is perhaps or potentially a cheater, that you had to like do a double take on or something. Look things over again. Or together, 7, your environment, and your environment involving partnership. I think probably both people wanting that, and maybe both people helping each other to like heal on some sort of creative and emotional level as well. Maybe both feeding into each other. Feeding into each other. All these cards. Or maybe you know some fire signs, and that's what this clarifies. Either Venus in Aries, Sun in Aries, and Mars in Leo. So, like I said, some impromptu play. something that kind of comes out of nowhere. Oops, can't pick it up. Comes out of nowhere and surprises you. Some kind of emotional message, perhaps, with the Knave of Earth, and you're taken aback. Yeah, taken aback. That's very literal right there. I almost want to say eat your words or something like that. Like, maybe you stand corrected on something. Maybe someone's proving you wrong, or I don't know. 7 again, though, adding up to be. So, or maybe, since these are clarifiers and they add up to 7, and we have 7 here, 14, and that would be referring to perhaps Sagittarius or temperance. So maybe there needs to be some sort of tempering balance going on between people, within your partnership. Maybe tempering your dating life a little bit. Maybe getting away, spending some time on your own to reconnect to yourself, or just figure out what it is you want, so you don't feel so like you're having to get out of something, maybe, or I don't know. Maybe someone's sending you messages of love, though, on a more happy, positive note. And 14, like I said, that would reduce down to 5. We have 5 here as the outcome, so maybe you are a Scorpio, a lot of fiery energy, or maybe fiery energy, and your partner's a Scorpio. 2 Mars, Venus, Sun, so whatever, then Gemini. And this is like stepping through the frame of perception, with Gemini being thoughts and air and speech, communications, maybe reaching out, extending a hand, extending a limb, or just feeling like maybe going on some sort of date or something to a museum. Or this also reminds me of like somewhere in Europe, some sort of bridge, or Florence maybe, or just sort of, again, subtle expose of something, drawing in, connecting, reaching out, coming free from your frame, your container, your maybe self-imposed restrictions, maybe something from 2D to 3D, something coming to life. And 9 of air, so maybe something with 9 letters, maybe someone with 9 letters in their name, or maybe just that number is important to you. Or Gemini, again, more Mars, so again, it's just like a lot of taking action, taking the initiative within your thoughts, like following through with your thoughts, with what you say you're going to do also, and communication, really just maybe connecting with someone, reaching out, communication with the arrow here, and maybe something coming through over the wires, over the communication, keep saying. So, and it's the end of a cycle, so maybe something coming to a close, like this video, 5th month, or yeah, there's a lot of different meanings. I'm sure I'll think of more later, but maybe also feeling tempted by someone. I just thought of tempted by something, having some thoughts about someone, fantasizing, having to make a choice, feeling like someone is the world to you. I forgot to kind of sum things up, so feeling like someone is the world to you, or you are the world to someone. Someone thinks the world of you, and that's the foundation. And yeah, it could just be that Capricorn finds you very sexy, very tempting, very alluring, very almost dangerous maybe. Or 15 reducing down to a 6, and that is 6 here, so it's like 2, uh, devil and angel, maybe feeling like, again, with Gemini, pulled in two different directions, two different, thoughts of ways that things could go. Should you do something? Shouldn't you do something? Should you stay? Should you go? Or just, little tempting influences, and then you're like, oh, I should be good, though. But devil and the lovers being opposite. So, let's see if there's anything else. Again, just maybe feeling like conflicted, like how do I get that up to that person? They are so high above me or something, or floating up into the air, and elevating your thoughts and losing something of importance. Also, since we've talked about maybe some sort of breakup in the past between you and someone, so maybe you're feeling conflicted, or just wondering, a lot of thoughts about maybe this is you. That's what crosses you as Gemini. And that's what you're having to make a decision on. And the outcome, I feel like, though, is working together. Instead of bringing someone down, lifting someone up, that kind of thing. On an emotional level, especially. Emotionally speaking, maybe even feeling intuitively and psychically, telepathy, connected to someone. Close, though. And maybe having gone through a lot with someone, this starting out, and all of these other cards, and then floating, like float on. A song by, anyways, I'll put some songs below. I also noticed the moon here, so yeah, really just paying attention to your intuition. Maybe this time around, paying a lot of attention to your intuition and how you feel about a situation, and being sensitive to someone else as well, not just yourself, but how someone else feels, and how we're all different, and how things affect people differently. So helping someone stay above water, and giving someone emotional support, lifting someone up, maybe within a partnership, both of you lifting each other up, supporting each other emotionally through something, perhaps. And yeah, just feeling connected, I think, though. So, and reaching out if you need to. Maybe if you're single, especially, taking initiative, taking charge, being a leader within love, to move things forward, to get things moving, to get time to move, forward, to have some progress within your relationship, maybe taking things to the next level, or not, maybe you're still trying to escape, I don't know. But I think overall, 5 being change, helping each other through perhaps a change, maybe with ideas and creative sparks, and yeah, just being spontaneous, and having some fun impromptu play with someone, and yeah, just taking care of someone too, taking care of yourself, taking care of someone else, and perhaps through creative expression. We do have the lovers here, and looks like he's painting, so perhaps through creative expression, creativity, fun, play, and just sustaining a relationship through that way, in that way. So anyways, I hope this was helpful, and what I'm going to do next, it might finish out the week with daily readings, or and start May off with the houses, going through the houses. But either way, stay tuned, and I hope that you have a great day, or whenever you see this. Okay, bye.